I glamored up a little bit. I was like, if I'm going to be in the snow this entire time, I'm going to wear a nice, warm outfit. And this was the biggest hat I had at the time. Alright. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today, we are playing Final Fantasy XIV. And I am going to finish up my Astrologian quests. I believe I've got one more, and then I can actually start the Heavensward story kind of in earnest. Whew. Jean-Juanard. Fancy meeting you here. Unless I level up from this quest. Now that Forlamort has so graciously agreed to discontinue his meddling in our affairs, I believe we may find our peers and colleagues more receptive to our proposals. Perhaps I shall begin with another trip to the vault to inquire about them reconsidering my petition to grant Lady Laviva the opportunity to speak with the Conclave. Yeah. We all have our strengths, Jean-Juanard, and none will deny yours is convincing seemingly sane people to do your bidding. Old here is a testament to that. Old here is a testament to that. I look forward to hearing your progress. As for myself, there's still some questions I need answered. The first being, how exactly did Forlamort come into contact with the Sharlayan assassins? Kimbrain, attend me. I wish to visit the Foundation and learn if there had been any sightings of suspicious foreigners. Might I suggest that Old here do the same in the Observatorium? Perhaps a second call on our new ally will help mine uncle recall aught he might have pretermitted in the heat of the previous moment. You just made that word up. Pretermitted. Pretermitted. Can't even think of like the etymology of that. Seven hells! I rue the day I ever see another Sharlayan. Please, I've done all you asked. What more do you want from me? Blood? Or are you simply here for the boast? Or mayhap, you wish to know how the Sharlayans came to be involved in my scheme? Ha! I thought as much. If it was so important, why didn't your Lady Laviva ask me earlier? Her head is so far into the stars she fails to see what unfolds around her on the ground. The truth is, it was never my scheme in the first place. It was the Sharlayans. They came to me, not long after Professor Mace's ship was diverted into Emmanellain. Yes, I say diverted. The pirates in the Strait of Merylthor, the magically manipulated storms off Rotano, all staged to prevent your friends from ever arriving. But when they did, the Sharlayans were forced to change their plans. They required help hiring local hands discreetly, something they could not do as foreigners. I agreed to lend them my aid, because I felt we both stood to benefit from the disappearance of the Jean-Juanard and that foul chit. It's chit with a CH. I think that means like a tiny, like, board game piece. I have no idea why he would call her that. Pretermitted. Gotta be hung up on that one for a while. The Chief Astrologian. There is rarely a day when he isn't meeting with visitors from across the realm and beyond. Like the past move, He has been entertaining guests with very distinct markings on their face. So I asked the Lord Forlamort from whence they hailed, and he only answered, the north. Bloop. Well, now I'm in the north. Maybe this is where they hailed from. The Sharlayans came to him. That could only mean, then, that mine uncle was only a pawn in a much larger game. A game that began long before we ever became involved. Think back, old. The bandits in the Black Shroud and those pirates you described that attacked you in Limsa Laminsa. They all had strange facial markings, as did our false astrologian. It's not much, but perhaps Lady Laviva will be able to make more sense out of it all, despite the time we've spent together. I have a feeling she is yet to be completely honest with us. But look at me. A beloved relative tries to have me killed, and the next day I begin doubting everyone. What a sad, sad state of affairs. Perhaps to clear my head, I should call upon that young Viscountess visiting House Halianart from her family's stead in the Eastern Highlands. This information on Forlamart's associates should be relayed to Lady Laviva immediately. Would you be so kind? I seem to recall them saying they'd be questioning the highborns and the pillars. Highborns? The moon in the kitchens. What? She's gotten crazy. My lord, are you able to learn anything of import at the observatorium? Lord Forlamort was not the one to hire the Sharlayans. Lady Laviva will want to know. Lady Laviva? Lady Laviva! She was right here. We must find her. Would not think any harm could come to her here in the center of the Holy See, but then again, that is what we believe back at Camp Dragonhead. I shall search the Hopland. Might I suggest you search in the opposite direction near the last vigil? Great plan. Where's the last vigil? Hustle, hustle, hustle. See, now that's the size of hat I did want. I'm sorry, I think you've mistaken me for someone else. Lady Laviva. Old, when you were speaking directly with Kimperain, someone approached me from behind and placed a dagger in my back. To my back. Not in my back. That would have been a little too much. I had no choice but to be led silently away. Luckily, my assailant let down his guard when we arrived in the shadows, and I was able to deliver him a swift kick in the groin. I've been running ever since. That was a really good plan. That is how you do it. So Forlamort wasn't the architect of this scheme to drag me back to the Sharlayan after all. I had my suspicions. I was a fool to believe they would simply let me leave. Do you recall when I mentioned that there were people in the old world intent on hoarding our nation's knowledge? Well, it appears that my efforts to train you in Jean-Aquinard have attracted their ire. Old, allow me to apologize. I've not been wholly frank with you about my reason for visiting Eorzea. Truth is, I came here because of my father. My father dreamed of rekindling the Holy See's interest in Sharlayan astrology, believing that it would be of great benefit to the embattled people of Ishgard. He came here several moons after I was born, intending to remain for only a season. However, he never made the return journey. His dream was left unrealized. His newborn daughter left without a father. Never once did I meet him, but every night when I look up to the stars, I know that those are the same skies he too gazed upon, the same skies he used as his strength and his guide. It was only natural that I followed in his footsteps, in spite of the objections from my mother, who did not wish to see her only daughter lost as well. And here I am in Eorzea, almost 2 decades later, pursuing a dream my father never lived to realize. A dream that has become my own. And now, someone is trying to stop me. Well, just let them try, I say. Just let them try. Hey. Lady Laviva, a maiden of your beauty should not wander off without an escort. Monsters hide even in the shadows of the pillars. Maiden, flattery will earn you nothing, Jean-Aquinard. But I will accept it nonetheless. Tell me, what did the vault say about our proposal? They accepted it. We have been given official permission by the Holy See to conduct a symposium on the wonders of Sharlayan astrology, with you as our guest speaker. Now come, we must hurry back to the Athenaeum and begin preparations. Whew. More than 15 summers to make ready for this moment, and now I only have a matter of days. And now we hustle back. I streamed Sifu for like a solid 4 streams. But I also put in all my free moments into the game so I could practice and get good. And now it feels weird holding a controller and not, you know, just getting all sweaty with it. This has been the most beguiling past few moons. I must say, I truly did not expect the turns my fate has taken. I suppose that speaks much to my capacity as the reader of the heavens. I'm not blind to what goes on in the Foundation, so I will not claim that my life is in any way difficult, but that does not mean I do not have my share of troubles, however trivial they may be. Being anything but first in line to a countship is not all whores and rainbows. The Count only truly cares about his new appointed heir, just like the rest of my family. They expect great things from him. For me, they expect nothing. It has to be nice to be able to relax. It is. It feels good. For a long time, I tried to prove that I could be as great as my cousin. It is why I went to Sharlayan. It is why I have tried to do things I had no business even trying. Then, once I realized no one was looking, I simply stopped caring. My actions became more and more outlandish, because at the end of the day, that's what everyone expected. But when you two walked through that door and helped me realize that maybe life is more than the coffin that has been fitted for me, maybe the fate I believed was mine was not mine after all. And for helping me see that, Old, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Good for you, Jean-Aquinard.